What is up, you guys? Today's bar talk is about getting lean and staying lean. So I maintain like a 10-12% body fat at all times. And this is my lean bulking phase. When I want to like compete or step on stage, I drop down to like 6%. And I'm gonna tell you guys exactly how I do it, the easiness about it, and some of the challenges that you'll see. So first of all, there's a lot of misinformation in the world about healthy eating, about losing weight, and we have to also take a step back and look at it objectively. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of BS out there, right? So whether it's the food pyramid, which is complete BS, whether it's the 2,000 calorie diet, which you'll see on almost all nutrition labels, everyone's supposed to maintain a 2,000 calorie diet, which is not accurate. Everyone is different, everyone's lifestyle is different, and you know, when the last part is you got to really consider the front of mind mentality. So you'll never see, or maybe you will one day, but currently I haven't seen a commercial for salads or lettuce or bananas or grapes or apples, but you'll see commercials for McDonald's, Burger King, Starbucks, like all the fast food stuff, you'll see commercials. Now, why is that? Because there's money in that. You know, there's even on like a government level, there's more money helping sick people than there's money having a bunch of healthy people. So we also have to think about, you know, the whole intention behind the propaganda and the commercials, and ultimately what you should be paying attention to and what you shouldn't. So I know that everyone has their own thing that works for them. Some people like to do the calorie counting or Weight Watchers, for example. Some people do the Atkins diet or this diet or that diet. And diets are okay, but for me, I want to instill something that's long-term, that's something you can maintain for the rest of your life. So most of my clients I've had for years, and I expect to have for years, because my approach, my front of mind coaching is for that healthy longevity stimulus and intake that you need. So, you know, for example, as you guys already know, I am vegan. I've been vegan for 6 years, and I usually recommend all of my clients to get as plant-based as possible. I don't tell people you have to be vegan to get results. It helps, it definitely helps. However, once you have a certain intake of vegetables and the fiber and the nutrients, your body will take care of itself. It just will. I just got a client who's about 150 pounds overweight, and in the first 3 months lost 50 pounds. Shifted the diet really well. They were able to maintain the diet, and they're still doing great even today. And so with that being said, for me, the first step is getting better food into your system. Your body is an engine, it's a system. You need to put the best fuel you can. Stop putting regular, start using premium, okay? If you think your body is less valuable than a car, then we have to talk about your whole mental, you know, scope of how you view yourself. But before we get to that, or let's say that for another time, right? So you have, you know, your proteins, carbs, and fats, which are the main 3 building blocks that the body needs in terms of like the macronutrients. And I don't want to get too deep, but basically, I personally, with my activity level, working out 3 days a week, intense workouts, not just like exercising on an elliptical or treadmill. I'm talking about training. My intake is about 3,000, and I do intermittent fasting, and I don't really eat after 8 p.m., right? So that's intermittent fasting. So when I am doing this, what ends up happening is my body becomes more efficient in terms of utilizing the fuel that I'm putting into it. So anyone can do whatever intake they want, but it's really about how are they using it. So what I often do is I ask clients like, okay, what is your lifestyle? What do you do the Monday through Saturday? You know, of course you can have an off day. What is your activity level like? Do you sit all day? Do you walk around? Do you currently exercise? What are your exercises like? And then we have to really start to kind of write those down, because this is all about your profile. How many exercises are you getting in per week? How intense are the workouts every time you work out? And then once we know what your activity level is, then we talk about, okay, well, your goal is to gain or lose 15, 20 pounds, right? You want to shred out, you want to get some nice abs, cool. You're gonna have to really get rid of your body fat, which means we're gonna reduce the fat that you intake. We're gonna reduce it, not eliminate it. We're gonna reduce the simple carbs that you have in your body. We're not gonna eliminate it, we're gonna reduce it. so that your body can still use it towards help improving your workouts, helping build the physique you want, but while at the same time reducing your caloric intake so that your body can naturally just shed off the extra fat. It's a simple process. And so, I want to empower you today to do the next step, which is figure out what your activity level is. Like, really look at it during the week, for the week to week, day-to-day basis. How much movement are you getting in? Cool. Then we're gonna need to really figure out how many calories are you intaking currently. Because once we know what your average caloric intake is every week, then we can start to make the adjustments. But I feel like a lot of people just jump in it and just start doing this, start doing that, and they don't see results and they're not sure why. And it's like, maybe we're not tracking all the right metrics. And it's always about tracking the appropriate metrics, measuring what matters, because that's what's gonna really determine how your body ends up looking in the long run. Regardless of how challenging something may be, just stick with it. At the beginning of the year, I couldn't even get 5 reps. Now I'm past 5 reps. Let's see where I'm up to today. I'm up to 8. Slow progress when you're doing heavy weights, but progress nonetheless.